Hey guys, it's Joanna, and today I'm still on the character thing. And the reason I'm still on the character thing is because it's so important to me. Like, I don't care what it is I'm going through or why I'm going through it. Like, I want to become a more beautiful person and a person of substance. I want to be able to make a living, and I want to be a person of substance. And so for me, in this whole character building thing, like, forgiveness plays a role. And here's what I mean by forgiveness. For me, it's a 3-stage process. So when I was getting sober, I was 20 years old. There was a lot of crazy stuff that happened in my life. And there were a lot of times that I retaliated. So someone would do X and I would do Y to get them back. And doing the why to get them back, that was what was keeping me drunk. And so I had to learn under any circumstances that I needed to not do Y. It didn't matter that they were doing X. It totally didn't matter because I needed to not do Y. And so I had to get to that place where no matter what anybody was doing, it didn't matter to me, because I was going to be the best person that I could be. And sometimes that meant that I stuffed my feelings. And so rebounding from the whole lithium poisoning, I had to learn how to deal with my feelings and my emotions and my thoughts in a really rapid way. And I know that it sounds, like 5 years does not seem like a really rapid way, but it took 18 months for me to come off the drugs. I've been off the drugs for 4 years. The first 18 months, the first 36 months of being off of those drugs was insane. The amount of feelings and thoughts and emotions that I just could not move through. And it was like an avalanche, It was just coming down all the time, And I had to deal with that. And what I learned is that during that process of, it didn't matter what someone did, I was going to do the right thing. I was not going to retaliate anymore. I was not going to lie. I was not going to cheat. I was not going to steal. I was not going to hit people. I was not going to be verbally abusive. I was going to find a way. When I wanted to use my hands, to stick them under my arms. I was going to find a way when I wanted to be verbally abusive, to get back at somebody, to close my mouth. If you can't tell, I was a very violent 18, 19, 20-year-old. And I was an angry adult until I hit about 35. 34. And the reason is I finally met someone who got through to me at my heart. Like, they didn't get through to me by them talking or any of that. They got through to me because for whatever reason I was vulnerable and I just loved on this person, and that was the moment for me, it went from being a totally logical thing about, I'm not going to do X when somebody does Y. I'm just not going to do it. It went from being totally logical to being one of those emotional things, like, okay, so I'm not going to do this anymore, and I'm not going to hit somebody, and I'm not going to use my language, and now what do I do? Because now the only other defense I have is to stuff my feelings, and that wasn't working. For me, recovering from the lithium meant that I needed to start looking at why I was feeling so uncomfortable, and that was something I was not allowing myself to do. And that is forgiving myself, forgiving myself that I couldn't make someone happy. And that has nothing to do with people pleasing. That has everything to do with I'm the fix-it guy, And if I can't fix it, if I can't solve it, then it must be my fault. And the reality is some people, no matter what you do, you're not going to be able to make it right. You can just stand there with them while they're, in their thing and let them move past it on their own. I don't have to fix everything, And I don't have to be so upset and hard on myself and unforgiving of myself when I can't do that. And so it's like that sort of stuff, and like right now, and I've been doing it for a while actually, like I'm not the person that you go to when you want to commiserate. I'm the person that will listen to you. Hands down, I will listen to you. I will love up on you. Like you will not leave my presence feeling anything but cared about. And, like I'm not going to gossip. So you're not going to come here and find someone to gossip with. Like you're not going to come here and find someone to do the poor me's, because I don't do that anymore. My life is fantastic. Like I get to talk to you. I can look myself in the eyes today. Like I'm proud of who I am. People trust me. I trust myself, and I have respect for myself, and I have respect for other people, and I can walk down the street any day and just be like super friendly, and people are friendly back to me. Like that's amazing, because nobody wanted to do that. So like here's the stages, is that first it was just letting other people off the hook and not retaliating. That's forgiving others. Not retaliating, turning the cheek, forgiving others. And then I had to get to the place where I was forgiving myself. That, I'm not able to be all things to all people. And I'm not supposed to be, Like, I am a very special screw. I mean, you got screwdrivers and you got screws. I am a very special screwdriver. And I only fit a specific type of screws. That's okay with me. And I don't mean that in like some sexual way. I mean like I'm a very analytical person. I'm a problem solver. I walk into the room, I see where the problems are, and it's my job to fix it. And if it's not my job, I totally butt out. If I'm not asked, and if I'm not, like I just butt out, because I've learned over time I can't. So there's those two aspects: letting other people off the hook, letting myself off the hook for not being, all things to all people. And then this last piece is very different, and it's intentionally not causing harm. And by harm, I mean gossiping. When I catch myself in the middle of it, stopping, because I'm not perfect. So stopping when I catch myself in the middle of it. And then, like not commiserating. And like, that's why I'm so interested in what's awesome about life and what's cool and what I can see that I like about life. Because wherever my focus goes, that's where the energy goes. And I either keep recreating the same problem in all of my life, or I stop, So like not commiserating and not making things worse and not awfulizing. Like those are the things. That's where I'm at now. Forgive others, forgive myself, choose to do no harm. And that builds character, and it's a stage thing, and I don't think I would have understood that if I had not first learned how to let others off the hook and stop misbehaving, and then to let myself off the hook for not being able to make everybody happy. And then, now this new piece, which is not causing other harm intentionally, because I'm always going to cause harm, The thing is whether it's intentional or not. And like at some point when it's time for me to go up the stairs, because these are stairs and they build on each other. So when it's time for me to go to the next stair, then I'll know what the next stair is, So that's what I have to say about character and forgiveness. Like, don't give up. If you are at any of those stages, don't give up. And if you are at the next stage, please let me know what that stage is so that I know there's more to this, and that, like in those dark moments, that is, like I'm going to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like there's more to learn. There's more to be excited about. So, like, and that's a really good example. Those little stages is that it's all good and it's all God, or it's not over. I keep learning, so it's not over. It's all good, it's all God, or it's not over. Have a great night, everybody.